This is my dad, he's pretty old. He likes eating hot stuff and making knives. So if you like this, please subscribe.
Or don't. I don't care either way.
Hey, don't interrupt me. Anyways, it's Spirited Reaper.
What's up, everybody? I'm going to show y'all how I put a forge in a tip. Dodging the obstacle course of fish lips at the tip and all that kind of mess. Here we go. Let's get started on it. Take it backwards. Start at the tip of it. Start working it down. Then you have to flatten it back out, because it'll fold over on itself if you ain't careful. Starting to get a little bit of a shape. Grab it again. Just kind of work the entire blade all the way up and flatten it back out. Remember to always assume everything in here is hot. You can blatantly tell that's hot. Even back there, no touchy, that's hot too. What it's looking like. Piece of coil spring. Alright, let's see. Now we're getting a little bit of a bend in it. So it's too much of a bend. So I'm going to kind of straighten that out just a little bit. Nice and gentle on it. Get it straightened back out where it looks kind of more like a knife shape. Mellow this out just a little bit. As you can see, don't mind my smoking, so far we're not getting any of that fish lip stuff where stuff folds over on top of each other. If it folds over, it's a pain in the butt to get it back flat for some weird reason. I don't know, it just wants to act silly on me. Alright. Magic of the pause button. Start again at the tip. You don't have to swing for the fences, because you can and will grind this out better when you're ready. But I like to, since my grinder is a cheap grinder, I like to forge as close to the shape as humanly possible, because all I got is a cheap, 1x30 from good old Harbor Freight. Whoop, about dropped it. Alright, see how it's starting to look like a point there? Now I'm going to go again. I'll go right here from about the middle of the belly of it, this way, and then we'll start drawing that out, getting a little bit wider. Be more of like a Skinner style. So thin it out and get that edge thinned out. Let's see what we do. Alright. Let's back up the temp. Get a hold of it with my pliers there. Start about the middle, like I said. I'm going to work that back down. Nice and easy. Just enough to let me see that my tip's there. Kind of just glancing blows with it. Not really squared up on it. I'm trying to keep the spine at the same thickness, so my taper is all in the front. As this blade comes up like this, it's thick back here on the spine. I'm going to try to keep the whole spine thick. You can see how thick the edge is. We're getting ready to draw that out and hammer the bevels into it. And right in here, see how to do this. Right in here area, again hot, don't touch. But right in here, I'm going to bend it just a little bit, probably over the horn. just enough to give like a finger grip for the very, very first finger. So it'll give you a spot for your trigger finger. All right, it's just about back up to temp. Get my handy dandy hammer. I'll take that right there, lay it right over the edge. Probably have to go one more round. We're kind of getting shaped like a banana back here. So, spin it around. Give it a nice little bit of motivation. Straighten it back up. Looks like a decent size. Again, freaking hot. Gotta remember that. Next up is the front of this for the bevel, so we'll see what we got here in just a second. Always have some water around to dip your pliers and or tongs into. It just depends on what you're using. I have tongs, but I use these a lot. That way they don't get too hot, travel down here, burn your fingers, and then you get owies, and nobody likes owies. Alright, just like the last video, you tip this just a little bit. Nice and easy, just kind of run down the blade, flip it, tip it the opposite direction. All we're doing is thinning out just the edge. We're putting bevels in it. Trying to keep the back as high and tight as it possibly can stay. That way it can be decently thick in the back. And you still got room to grind stuff off to get through the scale and all the yucks. But it's getting there. Let's see what we can do here. Another heat. Alright, here we go again. Nice and easy. Across the entire thing. Just wanting to smush it out some. Give it a little bit more shape. We're getting there. Don't want to overdo it on this and go too fast or hit too hard, because then you're back to straightening stuff up when you make it crooked. The other day I made one, this little guy here, took some holes out of the middle. It's ready for pins, but now I kind of like this look and it feels good in the hand. I don't know if I should put a handle on it or not. It's got some wonky file work on the back. A little bit up top right here. These are very, very, very light up top, just enough to give you a little spot to hold on to. So if you needed to poke something, you know, eat your food, whatever, you know, pick your teeth, whatever you got to do with it. This one's not sharp, so nobody can get mad that, oh look, I got it against my face. None of that craziness. But that was a little piece of coil spring as well. Looks kind of gnarly. I don't know. It may get clear scales. It may get some Lexon, because I think that would be looking pretty gnarly to just see all that straight through there. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's see how hot this thing is. See if it's ready yet. I believe it's hot. Maybe a little bit. Flip it, lean back a little. It's got a big swoop at the top of it. It's kind of got a big Bowie style swoop there. Don't know if we're going to keep that or if we're going to cash that out. Got enough material there. I'll probably go ahead and smack that out on this next heat. We'll find out. I'll fix the back of that. It's too much back there. This is not a bad Rambo movie, so I don't see why we would need a clip to be that big. So we'll just shape it down just a tick. Took some of that out. Now when I hit it with a grinder, I can go ahead and get that shaped a little bit better. I'm going to buzz through the front of this one more round, just give it a little bit more on the bevel side, and then maybe clean up that handle area just a tick. Be right back. Don't want this edge paper thin, because when you go to do your quench, it probably will warp if you do that. For some reason, the thinner it gets, the more wonky it gets. It has a mind of its own. It's kind of hard to know which way the steel's going to go. You don't want to end up with a, knife that kind of looks like a banana if that was not your intention. If that was your intention, then okay, that's fine. Banana knives would probably be okay. So that's what we're looking like. Tips coming together. That was the whole point of this video, is to show how I make a tip in the end of it, or at least as close to the tip as possible. So when it does get to the grinder, it's a lot easier and quicker to go. Alright, I got out the ball peen hammer so I can use the flat side of it, or flat adjacent, just enough to be gentle and not have a whole lot of oomph behind it. So now I want to finesse just at the tip of this. Just bring that tip down just a bit. Better to have your pliers working with you, not against you. Now we'll work on this transition right here just a little bit and see what it looks like. While we're waiting on that to heat up, right here is a kitchen knife from my wife's uncle. It's been in their family a long time. It had a busted handle. So we've got some hollow aluminum pins. I can spin it around without stabbing myself. Bear with me. It's setting up right now. All the patina on the blade is going to stay. It's just going to get a new edge on it. And hopefully I'll have that situated and done by tomorrow afternoon. We'll see. Alright, one more little round up here. Nice and easy, just kind of, I don't even know what kind of hammer hits this would be. Just solid, not a whole lot of bounce. Just like hit it with pressure, maybe, I guess. Let's see what we got here. Not too concerned about being straight right now with it, because it's not time for quench or none of that. I like to do a bunch of grinding and stuff on it. I drill my pinholes ahead of time so it doesn't, so it's not hard when I try to put pinholes in it. Alright, we're going to squish that in just a little bit, give it just a little bit more definition, and maybe fatten the bottom up. Alright. Alright, I switched to this new anvil. It's a little bit smaller. It's old as balls, but I haven't really got to use it. It made me a stand. In hindsight, my balls are down here. This is a little bit too tall. So that's got to get shrunk down, or I got to grow, and I'm I'm getting old. I'm not going to grow anytime soon. So, all right, let's see here. Actually, I kind of like the height of it. For not wailing on stuff, for just having to do, you know, minor, maybe straightening or stuff like this, where I'm just piddling, finessing something out. Does not seem bad. Let's flare the back of that. You gotta have something to hang on to back there at the back. You know, if that's like that, you don't got nothing to grab. So, probably take that to the big anvil on that side. See, look right there. We'll set him up over there. Make him flatten out a little bit, get wider. Alright, same principle as the other way on the bevels. Just kind of lean it over, mush him out. Be careful not to go too thin in the back or anywhere on the blade, because if it's too thin, you've got a potential breaking point. See how that's flared out now? Kind of starts fat and kind of squishes down. That way you have some retention at the back of it to keep it in your hand. Alright, here we go again. Widen out the front just a little bit. There's what she's looking like. So touch up with the grinder and it'll be ready for straightening, heat treat, handles, more grinding, more grinding, more grinding, all that fun stuff. Decent sized handle. I don't have the biggest hands in the world, but I guess they're bigger than a little kid, maybe, I don't know. But looks like you can get at least 4 fingers on it, so you get your whole hand on it. The tip of it, not too bad. It'll get kind of curved back. Ooh, gotta watch it. It'll get curved back right in here. Where am I at? Right in here. So it'll have more of a pronounced point. I don't know if it'll have a drop to it at all. We'll have to see how that works. Don't beat on your steel when it's cold like that. It's bad for it. It probably says it somewhere, you know, in the fine print. I don't know if you look. Maybe it don't say it, but I say it. Don't beat on stuff if it ain't hot. Unless it's like mild steel, that'd probably be okay. Oh, what else we got going on here? All the fun stuff. If you like watching me do dumb stuff, or want me to make a certain dumb stuff, throw in the comments, or however you do that nowadays. I don't know. Just basically, you know, let me know what you want to see. I'm not a professional by no means, but it's a fun little hobby to get into. If you can make $1 on the way, awesome. If you don't make $1 on the way, you make some cool stuff anyway. Either way, it's still fun. It's, for some reason, relaxing to come out here and take a little piece of something and make, oh look, something to, you know, stab with. So yeah. My daughter ain't out here to say all the things, so like, subscribe, or don't. It's up to y'all. This emoji right here. I don't know. Ring the bell, you know, ding. Well, there we go. There's a good ding right there. But I guess I'm going to finish up the end of this real quick. Catch you in the next shot.